What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, and we got a little bit of a video, a little bit of a discussion here for you. As you all know, it is the weekend of love. It's the weekend of lovers. It's Valentine's Day weekend, so we got some fragrances that I want to suggest, if you have them in your collection, that you may want to pull out and give them a wearing. Before we get into that, though, I need something from you. Like this video, share this video, and if it's not asking you too much, will you please consider giving your boy a sub? Let's go. First one I want to talk to you about is from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier, and it is Ultramol. I like this fragrance. Now, there's a clone of this floating around that is really good, and it is Lattafa's Rams Silver. Is it identical? No. Is it close enough? Yes. I would say 90 to 95%. I have them both. I like them both. I've worn Ram Silver more than I have any of my other cologne fragrances, and since I had it, and it's not even close. But we're talking about this one. I like it. Slightly gourmandy, a little bit green, a little bit sweet, a crowd-pleasing, compliment-getting fragrance. Now, the thing about this one is it's kind of dwindled a little bit in popularity, so you're not gonna really smell this on a lot of people right now. Why? Because for whatever reason, when a house releases a new fragrance, we feel like we have to go get that one, and JPG has been busy releasing fragrance after fragrance after fragrance here lately, so this one is kind of falling down a little bit, but it's still a really good fragrance. It still smells good, and the fact that a lot of guys are going to be moving away from it, because you know there's things like the Elixir out, and the Paradise Garden is out, and the Le Beau and the Le Beau Parfum, etc., etc., etc. This one has kind of been forgotten about, but does it still smell good? Yes, it does still smell good, and I like it. I like it a lot, and I think this would be a great date night fragrance for you guys to pull out and take your lady out and show her off. Jean Paul Gaultier. Next on the list is from the house of Valentino, and this is Valentino's Born in Roma Intense. One of my favorite houses, one of my favorite lines, and I think it just smells really, really good. Compliment getting fragrance, performs really, really well. To me, this fragrance just says, you know, come closer, smell me, let me pull you in, let me spray this on my hoodie. That way when you hug me, it's going to transfer and be all over you. So even when the date ends, no matter how the date's end, yeah, whether it's tangled up in the sheets or just, you know, again, exchanging that cotton and silk and rayon or whatever you got on. Yeah, I like this fragrance. I like it a lot, man. Really sweet, very subtle, sits, you know, a little closer to the skin. Not the best for projection, but definitely a sexy, sexy fragrance. It's one of those that I don't think was extremely popular in the first place, because Valentino, you know, this is the third one from the Born in Roma line. So, well, third or fourth. What you got? Born in Roma. Yeah, third or fourth from the line. And I just don't think a lot of people were really feeling this fragrance. I personally don't think it was that well received. I love it. But again, I'm a fan of this house, and I'm definitely a fan of this line. So I think you should spray it on, give it a wearing. I also think this could easily be a unisex fragrance as well. Not the most masculine fragrance in my collection, but it does smell really, really good. To me, it just says, come cuddle with me. I mean, that's just what this fragrance, that's the vibe that I get from this fragrance. And again, I'll wear this with a nice hoodie, and every time I wear it, I get told how good I smell. It just has a certain savoir-faire about it. So, again, think sweet, slightly clean, a little bit fruity, very subtle, very sexy. Just, it sits a little close to the skin, but when you're on a date, that could be a good thing too. Especially if she leans in and gets a nice whiff of you. I think she'll like it. So another suggestion for a date night, if you've got one coming up for this weekend, it is Valentino's Born in Roma Intense. Now, another one that I think is just sexy, and I couldn't wait to get this one in my collection. For some reason, it was just hard for me to acquire. From the house of Azzaro, which is one of my favorite houses, from the line of, I don't know if Most Wanted and Wanted could be considered the same line. I guess they'd have to be two different lines, because you have several fragrances from the Wanted line and you have several fragrances from the Most Wanted line as well. This is the Most Wanted perfume. It may even be Most Wanted Perfume Intense, because they throw that intense on in the end of everything now. And I like it. I like it a lot. Nice, sweet, slightly boozy, gourmandy, just warm and inviting fragrance. I'm gonna suggest this one, but I'm gonna tell you, if you have the original Most Wanted, if you have Wanted by Night, if you have Wanted perfume, the one in the silver bottle, see, it gets confusing because they got so many of them. If you have the original Wanted, all of those fragrances smell good. I can't put my hand on a bottle from the Azzaro, whether it's the Most Wanted or the Wanted line, they all smell good. Wanted by Night is an amazing fragrance. The original Wanted is an amazing fragrance. The original Most Wanted is an amazing fragrance. Most Wanted Parfum is an amazing fragrance. Again, the Most Wanted Parfum in the silver bottle, all of those are really good fragrances. They smell good, and any of them will do in this occasion of you taking your lady out, showing her off, having a good time, getting her something to eat, you know, whatever you're doing for your lady on this special day, on this special weekend, I think will be fine. But the one I'm recommending, if you have, is this one. If not, I think any of them will do. Oh man. Again, the object of tonight is to make her want to come close to you and smell you, and I think this one really does the trick. Again, all of these fragrances are on the sweeter side. Now, they're not Hawas sweet, they're not sickening sweet, they're not juvenile sweet, they're more of a mature, masculine sweet. But I do think they smell really, really good. So, if you have Azzaro's the Most Wanted Parfum, then I think you should wear it. The last one that is gonna be probably sweet, because the next three after this one are going in a slightly different direction, but direction that I think they need to go. From the house of Paco Rabanne, it is Paco Rabanne's Invictus Victory Elixir. And I like this fragrance a lot. It's so funny because to me this one comes across as a gourmand in a different way. When I smell this, I get a creamy, buttery type of scent, but it works. It works in a weird sort of way. But that's what it reminds me of. It just reminds me of a big buttery bucket of popcorn. But it works. Now, as I say that, I'll tell you, this is a compliment-getting fragrance. This is a crowd-pleasing fragrance. It has to be considered a gourmand because, again, it's creamy and it's buttery. And when I say creamy, I don't mean creamy as in, oh, what's another fragrance that you could be? It reminds me of something from Givenchy. Givenchy released a fragrance that was very similar, that had that same creamy type of, what is it? It wasn't Privé. I can't think of it right now. But this one is really, really good. So think buttery, and spicy, because that's what you get with this one. It's not overly buttery and it's not overly spicy. The combination of the two just work well together. Slightly blue, slightly sweet, slightly spicy with a kiss of butter. Now that's what I pick up. If you don't pick up on that creamy butter, hey, I get it. And I'm not saying it smells like parquet. That's not it either, brothers. So don't get in the comment section and say, Tracy said that smell like butter. It's not what I'm saying. It's not exactly what I'm saying. But it does have a buttery twinge to it. But again, it works. So don't be turned off by that if you haven't smelled it. Just get your nose on it and give it a smell. I think it's a good smelling fragrance, and I think it will work excellent on a Valentine's Day night. Now these next three, especially if you live in a colder climate where like we all know it's February, middle February, because we ain't got but 28 days and Valentine's Day is the 14th, so that's halfway through the month. With Alabama, you can't ever tell. I've had Valentine's Day weekends where it was 80 degrees and I've had them where it was 14 degrees. So, but these next three I think work if you're in a colder climate or just, well, if you just want to wear them. From the house of Spicebomb. Make sure I get this name right. All right, from the house of Viktor&Rolf, from the line of Spicebomb. This is dark leather. This is dark leather, and I like this fragrance too, man. Which I like just about all my fragrances. If I don't like them, I generally don't keep them. So everything that I keep, I generally like. Now, what is this fragrance? It's tricky. And here's why I say it's tricky, because dark leather is the name. And eventually what you get is dark leather. But wrapped around that dark leather, you get a bright sort of citrus when you spray it, mixed with the spice that you would expect from a fragrance named Spicebomb and the rest of the Spicebomb line. If you're familiar with it, when you get it, a lot of them like infrared and infrared parfum. That's the one I need to add. I need to add infrared parfum. Night Vision, all of those have a certain sweetness and a certain spice to them. Spicebomb Extreme. This has a little bit of all of that wrapped in one. I'm trying to think of what the best way to describe that citrus in it, because it's not just a blast. You're gonna get a little hint of the citrus, and you're gonna get a hint of that leather mixed in with the spices, and it just smells good. It reminds me of a lot of different Spicebomb fragrances. One that you don't hear people talk about anymore because it was never really popular, and then it got discontinued, Spicebomb Fresh. It has a slight similar opening to that Spicebomb Fresh, just add a little bit of leather, and that's what you got with this one. And I like it. I like it a lot. I think this very similar to Spicebomb Fresh. When it's gone, I think it's gonna be gone, and people are gonna be clamoring for it and wishing that they had picked it up then. I'm glad I have it in my collection. I still don't hear a lot of talk about it now. And I may just make this my scent of the day, but it has just the right amount of leather. It's not overly leather. Well made, well blended fragrance. You pick up on a lot of different notes in this. It's really, really good. As I said, you pick up on the spices, you pick up on the citrus, you definitely pick up on the leather, and it's got a little bit of freshness in the top of it. I know you think leather and you think you can only wear that in the winter, but that's not really true with this one. It has enough freshness that you can wear it really anytime that you want to. Now, I do think it leans more cooler weather, but I like it. I like it a lot. From the house of Viktor&Rolf, it is Spicebomb Dark Leather. I got two more from the house of Mancera, and I could have went a lot of different directions with this, but I put this one in here simply because it's one of my most complimented fragrances, and every time I wear this fragrance, people stop me and ask me what I'm wearing. From the house of Mancera, it is Black Line. And when I tell them, because here in the South we have thick accents, so when I say black line, are you black lion? No, line, like you're drawing a line in the sand. Yes, and this is an oud fragrance. This is a citrus oud fragrance. And I like it. I like it. It comes across really classy, really gentlemanly, really leisure, really easy to wear, but it does smell good. The last time I wore this to my doctor's office, when the young lady came and got me to take me back, I walked to the door. She called my name. I walk to the door, I get to the door. She swings the door. She stops, which she always compliments me. Me and her cool like that. She stops me and she goes, "That smells good." She's like, "That smells good." And I was just like, okay, I hear you. And it was in the middle of the summer, and I think I had paired it with some Creative Vintage JB Butters, because believe it or not, even though this is an oud, it does have that, you know, that line in it, that lemony vibe to it. Again, it's not too much, it's not over the top. So when I paired that with the pineapple that's in the JB Butters, which is again not over the top, the two just were a hit, and it was magic. She stopped me and asked me, you know, right there. We didn't take another step. She wanted to know what I had on. And then when I was checking out, another young lady goes, "Man, somebody smells so good." And then she turns around, she goes, and of course they all point to me. The young lady that I was checking out with looks up and goes, "It's him. It's always him." And that's the conversation. It's always him. "What are you wearing?" And then I tell them. And of course, you know, they're not people that are in frag-com, so they're not really up on game, so to speak. So they don't really know much about Mancera, because it's not something that you see all over TikTok or all over Facebook. So they're just like, yeah. So they had no idea what I was talking about. But conversation starter, thought-provoking fragrance, very versatile, evening, afternoon, nighttime, just whenever you want to wear it, winter, summer, spring, or fall. I think this is one of the most versatile fragrances that I have in my collection. Yes, it's an oud fragrance, but it's not too much, and it's not just too over the top. It's great. Just a well-blended, well-balanced fragrance that I think you can wear anytime. From the house of Mancera, it is Lemon Lime. Yeah. I'm sorry, not lemon lime, black lime. I had lemon lime out, but I put it back and went with black lime. So this next one is one I have not had in my collection all that long. I've worn it a couple of times, and I think it's dope. I think it's really, really dope. Different from anything that I have in my collection, and I love it. And it's from the house of Tom Ford, and it's another oud fragrance, and it is Oud Minérale. I like this. I like this a lot. And I'll tell you why I like it, because I don't have anything in my fragrance collection that smells like this. And I have a huge collection, you know that. But I don't have anything that smells like this. I don't have anything that smells like this. And Oud Minérale is the perfect name for it. You pick up on the oud, but the minerals that you pick up on, man, it smells like a little bit of a petroleum vibe, like a it's gonna sound crazy, but a little bit of a gas nozzle, like the nozzle at a gas station. Like you've pumped gas and you didn't get the gas on you, but the nozzle smells like gas, and you got that on your hand. And just minerals, man, just minerals, spices, and oud. But it is done in such a classy and such a masculine and elegant way. She gonna dig it. She gonna dig it, because nobody out there is rocking with this. It's not, again, it's not an overhyped fragrance. It's not a hype beast. You gotta realize a lot of those fragrances that are hyped, like Nitro or like Hawass, hey, they smell great. And you can wear those, and you're gonna get lots of compliments, but you're gonna smell like everybody else in the room. You're gonna smell like her ex. You're gonna smell like a lot of different dudes that she's went out on dates with. You're gonna smell like a lot of different things. If you wear something like this, you're gonna smell like you. You're gonna smell like you. And she's gonna be like, "Girl, I don't know, he had something on from Tom Ford. I don't know what it was. Ooh, girl, Tom Ford, yeah." And there goes the conversation. And there it goes. And that is the power of fragrance, I'm telling you. And I know y'all know, because y'all tune in and you watch reviewers like myself and other wonderful reviewers who are out there doing the same thing. because we all love fragrances. A fragrance and the way you dress and the way you smell will keep you on her mind for a very, very long time. Women do not forget a good smelling man. There are women out there, and this is just the truth. And men. I get stopped by a lot of different brothers. Man, what you got on today? Because they've seen my video on my Facebook or whatever. I don't think anything of it. That don't even know my name, but they know I smell good. And that's just the truth. So that's what we do. That's our contribution to the world, right? But anyway, Tom Ford's Oud Minérale, man. It's a beautiful fragrance. I absolutely like it. And I've already done my Valentine's thing. I did it last weekend, so this weekend is gonna be a weekend of chilling, relaxation for me. But if I were going to do it this weekend, this is definitely one I would put on. All right, guys, that's gonna be it, man. But anyway, whatever you guys do this weekend, I hope you are safe and enjoy yourself, whatever. You know, I'm 49 years old, be 50 my next birthday. So if you're in my age group, hey guys, we've made it a long way. So let's finish this race out. For you younger guys, listen, don't take anything for granted because time moves faster as you get older. So enjoy yourself. Take some time to do some things for yourself, just for you, not for anybody else, just for you. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off of here and try to get this video up today. It's Thursday. I hope it gets up today. If not, then it'll just have to go up Friday. It's fixing to be a hectic day for me. I gotta go to the doctor and then I gotta go to work, and then so yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get it up for you today, which is Thursday, the day before Valentine's. If not, you'll see it Friday morning, the day of Valentine's. So, but anyway, listen, I love you all, and thank you so much for being the best part of my channel and hanging in there with your boy throughout the years. It's been a great ride. It's been fun. I love you all, and may God bless you all. Until next time, guys. Peace.